Hi, what's going on? My name is Anant. I'm the founder of GrowMeOrganic. And if your emails are landing in spam or not landing in the inbox at all, stick to the end of this video because today I'm going to talk about the best practices for your cold email deliverabilities. So let's begin. By the way, this document is a part of one of my B2B cold email guide. So if you want to have this guide in the course, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And once we reach 1000 subscriber on our channel, I'm going to make this course live for you guys. So subscribe to the channel, make sure you like the video and share it with those who are going to find it very helpful for them. So let's begin. So the very first thing you need to do when you're trying to send a bulk cold email is that you get multiple domains. If you're trying to send like hundreds of thousands of emails with just one domain, you're going to land in the spam and the promotional inbox. Why? Because the domain that you have doesn't have that much reputation at all, right? You're just getting started with a new domain that you have, and you're trying to send like hundreds of thousands of domains. So it will eventually land in the spam inbox or the primary inbox because the ISPs and the email service providers are going to see you as a spammer. So what you should be doing is get multiple domains. If you want to send like 100 emails a day, get like 10 domains and send 10 emails with each email. Why? Because when you're just getting started, your domain doesn't have that much authority. You can't send more than 10 or 15 emails a day. Yes, people are sending like 40 or 50 emails a day, but what I would suggest, if you want to have your domain reputation, if you want to keep your domain reputation healthy for a long time, just start with 10 emails and then slowly increase the number of emails that you want to send, right? So just get 10 domain. With each domain you can create 3 email accounts, which with each domain, as I said, you can create 3 email inbox. Now if you don't know which inbox or SMTP server to choose, I've already created a video about that, so make sure to check out the video in the description or on the I button over here, right? So with each domain, as I said, you create 3 email inboxes, and you need to ensure that these 3 inboxes are human named email. It should not like help at the rate xyz.com, domain at the rate info at the rate xyz.com. It should be like anant at the rate whatever is the name. And you should set up a proper profile picture. You should set up the name, you should set up all the credentials, signature, everything you need to set up for all the profiles that you are creating. If you don't know how to create a inbox for the domain, make sure to check out a video that I created about Google Workspace. So you can use Google Workspace because it has the best deliverability in the market. Just buy a domain, connect it with Google Workspace. Check out my video. There's an entire video where I've recorded how do you create your Google Workspace account and how do you set up your profile picture as well. It's very difficult to set up your profile picture, but I've explained in that video, so make sure to check it out. So as I said, if you want to send a lot of emails every single day, just buy multiple domains, start sending 10 email per email account. So if you have, so let me just do the calculation. If you have one domain, you're going to create 3 inboxes, and with each inboxes, you're going to send 10 email per inbox. So with one domain, you'll be sending like 30 emails a day. So if you're fine with 30 emails a day, then that's fine, right? And over the time, you're going to increase the number of emails that you're sending. So if you want to stick to just one domain, that's fine, but don't use your primary domain. Just get a new domain for yourself. If you want to send like 300 emails from day one, then just get 10 domains. Buy 10 domains, connect it with the different Google Workspace account, and start sending emails, right? So number one, as I said, the way you're going to calculate it is when I'm just getting started with one domain, I'll be sending 30 emails per day, and those 30 emails which I'm sending are divided in 3 inboxes, right? Yes, there are people who are following other practices, but I just want to ensure that you are on the healthy line of your IP reputation. I don't want that your IP reputation get ruined. So whatever I'm telling you is based on the experiences that I have, and I want to ensure that your IP never gets blacklisted. That's the only thing I want to ensure. Correct? So now, what are the different kind of inboxes you can get? You can get free inboxes like Gmail, Yahoo, Google Workspace, Amazon SES. You can also buy an external SMTP server, which is already warmed up, or you can host your own SMTP server. I've talked about different SMTP server in depth in one of my video, but just to simplify this, let me just give you a brief. So there are multiple SMTP servers that you can choose for yourself. For example, a lot of cold email agencies, what they do is they use Google's Gmail or Yahoo's email account to send their email, and then whenever they get a reply, they take it over from their primary domain. So most lead generation company, what they do is they send the email with the Gmail account because they have the best deliverability, right? If you're sending email with Gmail, you're likely that your email will land in the primary inbox. But keeping in mind, you're not sending more than 10 or 20 emails a day, right? So you just need to send 10-20 emails a day with the free email inboxes like Gmail, Yahoo, and there are companies who sell bulk Gmail accounts. All you need to keep in mind is the Gmail account's age should be more than 6 months. So if it is above 6 months, you're good to go. Send like 10-20 email with each email account, and slowly increase the number of emails you're sending with those Gmail's account. However, there's a limitation with the free Gmail account, so you can't go beyond 100 emails per day. Like even if you're getting your IP warmed up, after some point in time, you will reach a threshold of 100 emails a day, and you can't go beyond that because Gmail won't let you send more than 100 emails a day. So that you need to keep in mind. Whereas if you use Google Workspace, you can go up to 2000 emails per day, but you can't straight away send 2000 emails on the very first day. You will have to start with 10 emails per day just to keep your IP and the domain reputation healthy. Correct? You can also choose in between Google Workspace or Micro 365. These are the top most inboxes out there. They have the best deliverability in the market. Google, in fact, it controls the entire mail network. A lot of people are using Google Workspace, Gmail, so you're going to get a high priority in the inbox of your recipient when you're sending email through Google Workspace. It's very simple to set up a Google Workspace account. Make sure to check out the video that I recorded about Google Workspace. Another thing is you can use services like Amazon SES, SendGrid, but I would still prefer you stick to Amazon SES because it has the best deliverability in the market, and it's more affordable as compared to any other tool in the market. So why Amazon SES? If I compare it with Google Workspace, it doesn't have that much I that much better reputation because what you'll be getting is a shared IP. So a lot of other guys are also be using that shared IP. Yes, you can get a dedicated IP for yourself if you're using Amazon SES, but the problem with Amazon SES is it has been created to send only transactional emails. So if your emails are being marked as spam, and if your emails are getting high bounces or they're not getting any engagement at all, Amazon will know that your emails are intended as a cold email. So what you need to keep in mind when you're sending emails with these servers, that you need to have a very clean list, and you're sending emails to a very specific target group so that they are engaging with your email. They're not putting you in spam. They're finding your emails very helpful. Otherwise, if you just send a generic email promoting your digital marketing services to everyone, trust me, everyone is going to put you on spam. So whenever you're targeting, just target the right people. Have identify your ideal client profile and then reach out to them and have a very personalized message crafted for them. So I have talked about this in my cold email guide. As you can see, understanding your target ICP, I have covered an in-depth article about target ICP. If you wanted this article, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with the friends who are going to be interested in this video. So let's move forward. So another thing I would say, after you have figured out which inbox you are going to use, as I said, you can choose between Google Workspace, Amazon SES, and one thing I forgot to tell you is you can also host your own SMTP servers. There are services and softwares like Postal and Power MTA. You can host that in your own SMTP server that allows port 25. And but the problem with those SMTP servers are that you will have to warm it up at least for a month. There are pros and cons. So the pros are that you can send as many email you want. It's going to be super affordable for you. But if you send the email on the very first day with your own hosted SMTP server, it's going to land straight into the spam. because right now you don't have the reputation for your IP. So you'll have to wait. You will have to warm up at least for a month until you get some link juice for the hosted server that you have. Then after that, if you will send your emails, it will slowly start landing in the primary inbox. So don't get panicked when your emails are landing in spam. It's because you don't have IP reputation. Your SMTP servers, your new SMTP server, have no reputation at all in the market. So just wait and keep warming up. So how do you warm up those servers? I have created a video about that, but you can use platforms like GrowMeOrganic. So just go to GrowMeOrganic, connect your SMTP server over here, and we have a feature to warm up your server. What we do over here is we will start exchanging your emails with our network. So we'll send email from your inbox to the network that we have, and that those networks are going to reply back to your email, right? So that way, the ISPs and email service providers are going to see that this email is not just getting engagement, but it's also getting the replies from the recipients. And if your email land in the spam, our system will put it back into the primary inbox. So that's going to increase your email reputation, and that's how the warm-up system is going to work for you. So make sure you check out GrowMeOrganic, sign up for the 14 days free trial, connect your SMTP server, and put it in the warm-up system. Yeah, I'll go back to the deliverability. So after you have chosen the inboxes, I have videos for any kind of inbox you want to choose. Just make sure you check out the channel. You need to set up your profile picture for each email. That's very important because that's how you're going to ensure that your emails are going to be opened by the recipients. Most of the emails are very generic. If they don't have pictures, it's hardly someone is going to open that email. Yes, people do open those emails even without display picture, but I'm just going to give you all the best practices. So one of the best practices I would say is just set up your profile picture for each email account that you have created, right? Then the next thing would be set up a redirect to the main domain. Because let's say you have a website called growmeorganic.com and you bought domains like growmeorganicemails.com, growmeorganic.net. So whatever domain that you have, just redirect all the domains to your primary domain. Set a forwarder. There is a way to create a forward for all the domains. So just have forwards for all the domains to your primary domain, so that whenever someone is visiting a website like growmeorganicemails.com, they're going to be redirected to growmeorganic.com. So that's what you want to do, because you want to ensure that whoever is visiting that domain is going to visit your main website, whatever service you're trying to offer. Correct? Now, the next thing would be your deliverability setup. So what you'll have to set up is your DMARC, DKIM, SPF, and MX record. All these things I've already covered in my AWS video, in my Google Workspace account setup video. So if you want to set up your Amazon AWS, just check that video. I've already talked about all these things. If you want to set up your Google Workspace account, just check that video as well, because there I've talked about setting up your DMARC, DKIM, SPF, and MX records. These are the records which is very important. These record ensure that the email which is coming from the sender has been signed by the sender, has been authenticated by sender. Otherwise, if these records are not there in your DNS, then to the recipient it may look like that it is coming from a spammer or a phishing account. So Gmail will put those email directly into the spam. So you ensure that you have set up all these 4 records so that you land in the primary inbox of your customer or your user, right? And after you've bought your domains and the SMTP server, whatever SMTP server you have connected, make sure to check the IP reputation of both email inboxes and the domain. But how do you check the reputation of your email inbox and domain? That's what we are going to see over here. So as you can see, there is a tool called mxtoolbox.com, right? MX Toolbox is where you can check whether your domain has been blacklisted anywhere on any company or not. How do you do it? Just go to mxtoolbox.com. This is the link. I'll put the link in the description below. Then you go to blacklist. This is the section. So you go to blacklist, and this is where you will put your domain, and it's going to show you whether your domain has been blacklisted or not. So let me just put one random domain over here. I'll put google.com, right? And I put this one over here. Let's see if any spam company who checks for the spam have listed this domain in the spam inbox or not. Look, you can see these are the companies. These are the companies who keep a record of all the spams. So all of them says it's okay, right? So this domain is in a good health. You can check it from mxtoolbox.com. If you're getting any of your domain being listed by, let's say, abuse.ro, then what you need to do is just go to their website and request for delisting of your domain or the IP that you have. Ask them, you can contact them through the form that they have, and you can ask them to take you out, take your domain out, or take your IP out of their list, right? That's how you get out of any blacklist directory. So how do we ensure that we are not getting into any blacklist directory? Is by ensuring all the other best practices. We are not sending spammy emails. We are keeping the best deliverability setups. So if you're already doing all of this, you will not land on any of these problems. But this is where you check it. If your email domain is blacklisted, this is where you can go and check if any of the company have listed you in their spam inbox, in their spam directory or not, right? Now this thing, you just need to check it for domain, but you also need to check it for the email SMTP server as well. So right now what I did is I did a lookup for my domain. My domain is growmeorganic.com or my domain is google.com. So I did a lookup for the domain that I bought, but now I need to do it for the SMTP server as well. If you don't know what is SMTP server, you can check out a video which I recorded about what is SMTP server in depth. But basically, a SMTP server is something which is responsible to send emails. Your Google Workspace account, you can consider it as a SMTP server. So that Google Workspace account that you have, that server, like the IP of that server is blacklisted or not, that is also you need to check. And how can you check that? You can do it by using a tool called mail-tester.com. So it's a series of checklists. Don't get overwhelmed with what I'm trying to teach you here. These are just the checklists which you have over here. Just follow all these checklists and you're good to go. So as it says in this process, what you'll have to do is you'll have to send yourself a email to this email address, like with whatever Gmail account that you have, with whatever Google Workspace account that you have, just send an email to this email account. So I'll just copy that. I'll go to my Google Workspace account and I'll send myself an email. And it's going to show me whether my email has been, whether my email server has been listed on any of the spam directory or not. Right? Let me just pause the video. I'll take you to the email inbox, and I'll continue from there. All right. So as you can see, I'm just trying to use my Gmail account. I've added the subject line, the content, and I'll just hit the send. So I'm not using my workspace account at this point. I'm just using my Gmail account, and we're going to check what is the IP of my sending SMTP server. So I'll just click on check your score. Now you can see over here it says your IP, your SMTP server's IP. Here we are not talking about the domain's IP, right? We are talking about the server's IP. Which is my server right now? It's Gmail. It's Google right now because I've sent this email from Gmail. So this is my, by the way, this is my server's IP. I can take this IP from here and I can put it in the blacklist, uh, in the blacklist section of MX Toolbox as well. I can check it from here as well. But as you can see, the mail test itself is showing me where my IP is blacklisted. So you can see my IP is blacklisted here and here. So SOPs, I would say you don't have to worry too much about getting blacklisted in SOPs, because I personally seen a lot of times Even with Google Workspace account, or any other email account, you will find your IP to be blacklisted in these two companies. You don't have to worry much about it, and since it's a Google Workspace, you don't have to worry much about getting blacklisted, because Google is going to take care of that, right? If you've hosted your own IP, only if you've hosted, or if you've gotten a dedicated IP for yourself, then you need to check whether your IP is blacklisted or not. If you're using Google Workspace, if you're using Microsoft 365, if you're using free Gmail accounts, then it's not going to impact a lot, even if your IPs are blacklisted, because it's Google. They already have a very good IP reputation. So, anyways, but you can check whether your IPs are blacklisted or not over here. So let me just go back. And if you have hosted your own SMTP server, just make sure you check the IP reputation of your SMTP server and your domain, right? After you've done all of this, as I said, all these tools you need to use to check whether your IPs are in the good health or not. You can use MX Toolbox, into DNS, Mail Tester. One more tool I would like to show you is this one, by Gmas. So this is where you can send your emails and you can see if your emails are landing in spam or promotion or the primary inbox. So whatever content in the subject line you have written, just send those emails to these addresses. So these are the addresses, right? Just copy these addresses, go to your email inbox, um, click on compose, paste all these emails. I'll just paste it over here, and then just send all of them this email, and you can see whether your emails are landing in spam or promotion or in the primary inbox. So very helpful tool. So I'll add the link of this website as well in the description below. Make sure to check that out. Now, going back, uh, there are a few other things you can set up so that you can track the health of your IP. Number one would be your Google Postmaster account. So Google Postmaster is going to check for the health of your email. So just go to postmaster.google.com and set up your Google Postmasters account for whatever domain that you have. I'm not going to go in depth about it because it's very easy to set up. And if you want to have a full walkthrough of how Google, how to set up your domain in Google Postmaster, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with your friends, and once we hit 1000 subscribers, I'm going to make this course live for everyone, so you will get the guide for everything. Make sure you set up your custom tracking domain. This is something I've already talked about in one of my video. Make sure to check out that video, or you can see it over here on the I button. But basically what custom tracking domain is something that tracks whether someone have opened or clicked on your link or not. If you're sending someone an email, what your email provider, what your email automation software is going to do is it will wrap your email with a different domain. It will wrap your domains, all your links, with a different domain. So let's say if you're sending an email, book a demo call, and your website is calendly.com/growmeorganic, something like this, right? And if you want people to click on that link, and you also want to track whether people have clicked on that link or not, then your marketing automation software will wrap that link with their own link. So for us, it's going to be growmeorganic.com and then some gibberish text, right? So that we can track someone who clicked on that link or not. So what you want to ensure is whenever you're tracking the clicks and opens, you should use your own primary domain, and it will only happen when you have added your custom tracking domain. So I've created a video about how do you set up your custom tracking domain. Make sure to check it out. It's a full walkthrough of how do you set up your custom tracking domain in the GrowMeOrganic, right? Now, another thing is you have one master inbox. Since you are creating so many emails, you won't be able to manage all the email inboxes, right? So just create a forwarder that is going to forward all the replies to one master inbox. It can be your own primary email, like anand@growmeorganic.com. So you're sending emails from a lot of different inboxes, and whatever replies you are getting, you're replying it from your primary domain. So what you need to do is have one master inbox and set forward email forwarding to that master inbox. So all the replies you're getting from different emails and different automation which is running is going to land in your master inbox, right? So that's a very good strategy of keeping track of all the emails, right? And the last thing is warming up your email address. It's a very important thing. Even if I mentioned this in the last, but I already talked about it. GrowMeOrganic's email warm up system is something you can use, because when you're just getting started, your email haven't made any transaction. So to the internet service providers and the Google provider or Yahoo provider, they're going to think that you're someone who's just a spammer, got a new email SMTP server, and he's just spamming with a bunch of emails. So you won't have that much authority and reputation to send like hundreds of emails a day. And if you want to reach that point, you will have to ensure that you're constantly warming up your email address. So a warm up ensure that when you're sending email, you're getting some replies for your email, because your customers or the people whom you're reaching out, they're not every time going to reply to your email. Although what I would suggest is you craft a very good email copy so that you're getting a decent engagement, but every time you're not going to get that engagement. So there should be a system that is ensuring that every single email of yours is getting a reply, is getting engagement, is putting you from spam to the primary inbox, so that your email reputation keep going higher and higher, right? So that is it. That is the end of the cold email deliverability guide. Although you can see I have a whole checklist of all the other things you need to keep in mind, but I'm going to talk about that in the later part of the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with the friends who are going to find it helpful. Once we hit 1000 subscribers, I'm going to make this cool email guide live for all of you guys. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.